What's up, everybody? Gotcha, motherfucker. What's up, everybody? How's it going? welcome to Wrestling Memories in the Monday Night War, October 2nd, 1995. I am joined by Heather, Gina, Trek, Basement, and that fucking asshole Bobbin. How's it going, guys? Good, good. My tank. Eat a dick, yeah. How are you doing, Gina? I don't care if I hear that noise. It sounds like you're rolling. She's rolling joints, everybody. All right. So, so last week we watched September 25th, 1995. We were getting close to 1996. We're getting close to the Attitude Era. But before we get to the Attitude Era, we got to get through the first few months of the misery. And it is essentially we are watching 2019, and thank God it's only an hour. I'm being serious with you. You look at Raw today compared to Raw back then, it's the same thing now. It essentially is, except it's only an hour. The matches are longer, they're better, it's more wrestling centric. But the storylines are there. They make them the background, not the forefront. I what WWE won last week or did WCW? I can't remember what. Nobody won. Everybody lost. Even the people watching it lost. Right. I think the reason that it was bad is because we came off of the high of the pay per view, even though the pay per view was high point. But the better show I think was WWE because it was more wrestling centric, and WCW the matches made no sense. I think is what I'd have to go back and watch them again, but I think that's what the case was. Hmm. Yeah. So there you go. It wasn't very good. It's essentially what a Raw was. Yeah. Oh, that's why. That's why they remember I said that they needed to explain why the match and why Owen Hart took the pin. Essentially what they did is they reversed the.
Well, they replaced Owen Hart.
They
replaced Owen Hart in the match.
and then he ended up taking the pin. And you're going to have to repeat that because for some reason you were muted. So Heather had given essentially what Basement said is Heather had given WCW a 3.5 and she gave Raw or WWE a 3.75.
Yeah, and we're all around that kind of rating. Nobody really disagreed heavily with it. We're all very. The shows weren't great. They were pretty shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but they didn't give us an explanation as to why Owen Hart took the fall. The only thing that they did do is they reversed the decision and put the titles back on Owen Hart and Yokozuna.
It made no sense, and it's just like if in the era where you had to pay like $60 to see that pay-per-view, and if that happened today, they would have been crucified.
Mm-hmm.
If that happened on the network, they'd be crucified.
Yeah, and that's only $9.99. It's actually like $12.99 over here, or $14.99.
Well, technically, it depends on what package you get now.
Did they already do that?
Mm-mm. It's still
Not yet,
$9.99
but
for me.
soon.
It's happening.
I know it's happening. You just you don't.
This. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not excited for this because they had.
I am.
It says something about Lex Luger immediately, and I'm like, yep, not
Fucking-
excited.
Come on,
And
the Lex Express.
And Hulk Hogan's mentioned in it too, so that's just like. For me.
Gina, do you think Lex Luger's face is too small for his head?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we
Well,
pinpointed that last time.
anyway, we're going to watch it. You're gonna freaking deal with it. If I have to listen, even though Zack Sabre Jr. lost last weekend, which great.
Yeah, asshole.
I don't. Look. Hulk Hogan's only going to be on the show for like 2 minutes, and Lex Luger, who cares? We all know
Exactly.
he's shit. I think
So-
Eddie Guerrero, and Dean Malenko are on the show.
Speaking of Dean Malenko, did you guys hear that he got diagnosed with Parkinson's?
Well,
Well,
no.
he was always kind of a bobblehead.
Such an asshole. God, he's such a fucking prick.
Anyway, are you guys ready to watch?
Yeah.
I know Dina doesn't. She's not excited to, but are we ready?
I mean, it's Eddie Guerrero, so let's do this.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're starting at zeros. Whenever you all are ready, we'll count back from 3 and on go. We will go. So in 3, 2, 1, go. And of course, we get the beginning of the show, the opening to Nitro. As usual.
The world exploding.
Hulk Hogan exploding on a building.
Nitro. It makes sense.
I will say, for like the time period, though, this is a pretty kick-ass
It
intro.
is. It is.
Amped. I'm amped. I'm fucking super amped. I want to see the dog.
They're in Denver, Colorado. Luger's putting his career on the line.
Already? What the fuck? He just showed up a month ago.
Isn't that great?
You gotta love it. Dog.
You're a fucking little
Oh my God.
rat terrier.
Yes, this is what I wait for, the dog.
I feel like he's
Look at what he has.
Is he holding him upside down?
No, he has those fucking glasses things. Look at that shit.
Okay,
Oh,
that is basically animal abuse.
Look at that
poor
fucking
puppy. But look how cute he looks, though. Look how cute he looks.
I don't know where I am. Everything is terrible.
This show is getting a 10 for me tonight.
Dangly eye. Oh, here we go.
Woo!
Here's Ric Flair. Fucking ripped the headset off fucking Eric Bischoff. Did you tell him to do that? I didn't tell him to do shit.
He came
That
out of a
son of a
pile of
bitch took
cocaine.
my
Man.
headset.
Look at this guy with the dog. He's just over there like, oh.
That's Steve Mongo McMichael.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't care. He's the guy with the dog to me.
I'm telling you right now, if Ric Flair is not doing cocaine,
Oh
I don't
my
know
God.
what he's on.
He's a former
Please
football player.
take the fucking glasses off the dog. I can't look at it anymore.
The big boys.
I'm here to take on the big boys with my big forehead.
It's, you know what? Like his nose and his forehead are gigantic, but his eyes are just fucking tiny.
He's got this weird, like, I could see him on Catch a Predator.
Oh my God.
Macho Man Randy Savage. Macho Man Randy Savage wearing toilet paper.
But you know what though? Like Lex Luger, it's weird because he oddly looks a lot like oh my God, Billy Gunn.
It's just the hair, I think.
No,
Billy Gunn's
it's like
face
his
is like proportionate.
face.
He's got
I
proportionate
mean,
face.
Billy Gunn like definitely is more proportionate, but like Lex Luger's face is very similar. It's just unproportionated.
Here comes the giant, or as we know him today, the Big Show.
Big Show.
More like the no show, because
Okay,
I don't ever want to see him again.
Did you guys ever notice that the back of Randy Savage's head, where he has that bald spot, it looks like a heart?
Yeah. He did that on purpose.
Did he?
No.
I would hope
was
not,
gonna say.
because that's a bit ridiculous.
Alex
Alex
Wright.
is good.
Das Wunder Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Das Boot.
Kevin Sullivan.
Oh God,
This-
I remember his picture.
yeah.
I mean, this guy's glutes. This guy's
Yeah.
got fucking glutes for days in the ring here. Got a big old
ass.
bubble butt.
Kevin Sullivan,
I don't know, the guy in the fucking red Speedo. With
Ric Flair.
fucking, what the fuck is on his face?
He normally has like paint. It just got
Oh,
melted off.
that's fuck. Oh God, Lex Luger is like Fergie Ballin with all the fucking baby oil.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a big feeling Big Show smells bad.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I feel like he probably smells like fresh air.
I feel like he smells like bologna.
Such an asshole.
All right, let's get this going. I'm ready.
Lex Luger's putting his career on the line.
And it's the first match of the night for some reason.
Oh God, his face. Basement, why do you do this shit to me?
I'm telling you, you're never going to unsee it now. He's jiggling his breasts.
These nipples are so pointy.
Their nipples are always pointy. I don't
I mean,
know
it's cold in there.
why or how. That, just no. What was that sign?
No. I mean, at least he has a real tan.
Well, look at those. Sprinklers. I don't know what the fuck they're called.
Ooh, I love
This
sprinklers.
is Macho Man Randy Savage. I want sprinklers.
Sparklers, guys. Sparklers.
No, sprinklers. The little
Sparklers.
one stick you run around with. These are like the spinners.
He's got sprinkling sparklers.
Sparklers. Sprinklers. I don't give a fuck what they're called anymore.
I'm on fire.
Bite into a Slim Jim.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stick this out my ass and then run down the ring. Oh yeah.
He always did sound like something was plugging his
Snap
ass.
into a sparkler.
These are awful.
Oh, Macho Man is there. My
Look at
eyes
him.
get closer
He
together. I'll be a
Fucking-
Cyclops.
Look at him. I just did a line, about 15 lines of coke, motherfucker.
He has pretty eyes, though.
Yeah, well, I just.
I
took
mean,
some
his coke
fucking
eyes are
downers.
beautiful.
I just took some downers and some steroids.
I put downers and uppers, and they're battling inside me.
That's Macho Man.
I'm gonna dry hump the top rope real quick.
Macho Man's like, give me the coke. I need the coke.
If you guys
I
are
need
watching
the
along with us, we're making fun
Oh.
of Macho Man Randy Savage. Okay, that's what we do.
I know. Well, we got respect.
I mean,
but at the
I
same
do have
time,
Macho
respect.
Man
I
is
do
one of
have
the
respect.
greatest, but
Well, I do have respect for both. But
you know,
Could
Macho Man is one of the greatest, but it's very well known that they did coke back then.
I think they did everything. If it's a pill, give it to me, brother.
pretty much. They're tied up in the middle of the ring, and they're like pushing each other around, bullying each other. Now they're fucking on the apron
Oh, they're
floor.
rolling around on the outside.
Oh, and they're tied up again.
They are tied.
The ref's like, you gotta let go of each other. You gotta let go.
I just got my hair did.
And they go to a commercial, but then they come back.
Oh God.
Yep, Halloween
Oh,
Havoc
God.
is next. Is the next pay per view, and
The
it's
monster truck rally.
the monster truck rally.
I was just talking about that pay per view with somebody, and I couldn't remember if we watched it or not already because
I remember it just for the spectacle of the monster trucks, but I remember it being garbage.
Yes.
well, the monster truck was what I couldn't remember because I knew that we hadn't seen the actual monster truck match, but I remember if you guys remember one of the episodes that we watched already, Hulk Hogan was or somebody was trying to run somebody over with a monster truck.
Yeah,
The
Hulk
Big
Hogan
Show.
got his bike run over by the
Yes.
Big Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what
Oh.
started this whole feud between Big
Oh,
Show and
God.
Hulk Hogan.
They better not tie
Yeah.
up again. I was about to say.
I'm a monkey.
Okay. Okay.
You push me, Mike. I can push you back. Now you slap me. I just did 15 lines of coke. That didn't hurt.
Feel no pain. There's no way.
You're
You
not
didn't
getting
even
away.
elbow him or anything. You just jumped at him and grabbed his hair.
He's just like, come here.
Oh God, they're tied up again on the outside, Michael.
They're tied up again. Yep, they're tied up again on the outside. Who's gonna suplex who first?
I don't know, but it's gonna take 5 minutes
Oh,
to
we're
find
gonna
out.
do a double neck breaker.
Oh,
That was
Lex Luger
fucking.
doesn't feel-
That was bad. That was really bad.
the neck breaker.
Double.
Never really. Well, I don't think it was a double neck breaker, but it looked like one.
It looked
It
like
looked like
one.
one.
Lex Luger no sold it.
What an
Shit,
asshole.
His forehead's too strong.
Okay, seriously, what
Oh,
the fuck
roll
is this
up,
person?
roll up, 1, 2, and he kicks out. I'm sorry.
What the
Gina,
fuck
go
is this person in the white shirt standing up right now in the audience? What the fuck are they wearing on their head?
I don't
if I can see them, I don't know.
I don't see
It's
anything.
like literally right in between Randy Savage's balls right now.
What? Randy Savage is in the
Where
air.
in the fuck
Yeah.
are you at?
I'm right where you guys are, but
Oh, like far in the back? Oh yeah, I see what it is.
you see it?
It's like a fish or something. I don't know
It's
what
like
the
it's
fuck.
yellow, whatever
It's
it
like
is.
I think it's like a foam yellow Hulkamania headband that
Oh,
like was made
God.
of.
Yeah.
So
These
it looks
guys
stupid.
are seeing shit that I can't see.
It
I know
looks like, you know those cracker fish.
It looks
No,
like
I
a
know what
giant
you're
cheese head.
talking about, but I can't. I just don't know.
You don't want to
Right
see
there.
it.
I don't hear.
Red cape, white shirt.
In between the fucking girl with the yellow.
Way in the back. She's like 8
Yeah,
rows
she's-
back.
Yeah, she's like 8 rows back. She's wearing a white shirt. She's sitting right next to a guy that's wearing fucking what appears to be Bret Hart sunglasses.
I don't even know if I'm looking at the same person as you anymore.
She's got a yellow thing on her fucking head. You can
Yeah.
see her.
Golden cracker or whatever the fuck they're called.
Yes.
Right,
Golden
okay,
fish.
well,
Goldfish
I-
crackers.
You got
It's okay.
me
Looks like
focused.
Erica
You got me-
Badu back
you
there.
got me watching people in the fucking stands.
Well, what the
Focus on
fuck? They're tied
fucking
up
wrestling.
again. Surprise.
Oh, they're trying to do they're trying to do a what do you call that? A
A
backslide.
battle. It's a battle of strength for the first 5 minutes of the match.
And,
Makes
and
sense.
Lex
I see
Luger
that.
should win that battle of strength every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
considering he's
He did
Oh
the back-
my god.
bodybuilder.
Can't take my eyes off of fucking Erica Badu in the stands now. God
Stop
damn
with
it.
the Erica Badu.
I can't help it.
Killing me. Don't do
I
that to me.
still don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but whatever.
Just JP, be glad you don't know.
You'll never know. But you always want to.
No, I don't. I don't care.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, look at it though.
It's so bad. It's almost as bad as Randy Savage's bald spot.
I feel like Randy Savage just came to a conclusion of like shaving his head. But you know
Shaving
what?
his
He always wore like a bandana for.
He did.
Well, he always had a 10-gallon hat on.
That's true.
Or a bandana.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wore one of those too.
And it's only when he came out, he always took it off when he wrestled.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. That probably would have been a lot better if my screen wouldn't have frozen like second times.
This is probably the best selling you're going to see from Lex Luger.
Yep.
When does he disappear?
Macho Man?
Hopefully
Luger.
No.
He don't.
Well, eventually he does.
No, he don't disappear.
Lex Luger, did he die?
No, he
he's-
got
he
broken
works,
some
works
neck
for
problem.
WWE.
He had some huge neck problem at some point that like made him unable to work out.
Well, he's in it until the end, I think. Except for 2001, I think he's not. Like,
Color me excited.
he's still there because I think it's 97. He's wrestling for the world title again. Oh.
Okay.
Oh God, he just got his hair done.
He might disappear here for like a month or so.
What an
But I don't
elbow!
know.
What a beautiful elbow!
Oh, I see what it is now. It's a foam 10-gallon hat.
She's just wearing it on the back of her head.
Yeah. Because
Nice.
the other guy has the same thing, but he's just holding it in his hand.
No,
There's the chair.
here comes a breath of fresh air.
Okay, but like he actually looks good here. Like I don't understand what happened to him.
Well, he got
This
old.
is-
got old?
Still looks like he smells like
No,
bologna.
I understand getting old, but I just mean like even when he was in his younger days in WWE, like he just got so big.
Well, he's a
Well,
big
because
guy, man.
that's-
Metabolism slowed down, and he didn't know what to do about it.
He talked about that in his documentary. He was so broke that he was actually eating toothpaste sandwiches. So once he started getting paid from WWE, he just started eating because he didn't know if he was going to be eating again.
Toothpaste sandwiches. I mean, that
Yeah.
sounds like poison. Like literal poison.
Why would you even? Why would you just eat the bread separate
exactly,
than the
like,
toothpaste? I would
Gotta
never
flavor it
combine
with
those
some
two things.
toothpaste.
Fucking hell, man.
That's what he did to survive.
Oh, it's crazy.
Then how did he brush his teeth? Oh, the torture rack. Thank God he doesn't have to retire. We'll see him for the next 8 years.
Of course you will. But no, he actually works for the WWE now, and he's in the wellness
Wellness program.
program policy. He's the policy. I think he's the one that runs the program.
Yep.
I remember reading about him, and he had some sort of neck issue that was aggravated on like a flight that he was on somehow.
I don't know.
I remember like that's like he was like so severe that he was like out of commission to do anything for a long time.
And that's why every time you see him in interviews, he's half the man he used to be.
Yeah.
I'm half the man I used to be. Just kidding. Is that his entrance song?
Yes, I'm happy. I love that song.
He looks like somebody that's not in a wheelchair, but you could easily believe is in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
He does. He
I-
sounds it.
Okay.
Where's the dog?
I don't know what to say about the giant cover.
The dog is in his coat. Do you see?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's looking at me sleeping. How fucking cute is that? Oh my God, I
Took
need a
his
small
glasses
dog.
off.
Wouldn't that be funny if he gets up and the dog falls out the coat?
No,
The dog's
I
like
think
half
it's
asleep.
probably break his legs.
Having alien flashbacks.
I know, seriously, look
It's
at that
not
thing.
Inferno.
He's like dead asleep too.
Oh God, we get this
Oh,
guy. again.
yes, my favorite.
Come on, everybody, disco.
Disco Fever.
WCW versus NWO Revenge, right here.
What the fuck is this?
Disco
Disco
Inferno.
I
That killer
want to
No, he's
stab
amazing.
him with a fork in the eye.
He's amazing.
Please do.
Come on, look at him.
Oh, he's one of the great talents. This is No Way
God.
Jose. This is No Way Jose before No Way Jose became No Way Jose.
Yep.
Oh my God,
Mhm.
kill it!
Look at him
Kill
go.
it with fire.
Nope.
The only thing he doesn't have is a train behind him.
But when he goes back, he's.
I
part
mean,
of the
I'm
train,
sure when he
that's
gets
for
in the
Nope,
shower,
there's
he'll
Eddie
have a
Guerrero.
train behind him.
sure. Eddie Guerrero's.
Eddie.
And he ain't taking his shit tonight.
Fucking Disco
His
Inferno.
jacket
All
is-
right, I guess I'll leave.
His jacket is so sparkly. I like it.
Reminds me of
Sparkly.
Sasha Banks.
So sparkly.
Eduardo Guerrero.
Okay, I'm sorry, but Eddie Guerrero it doesn't seem right without hearing "Viva la Raza."
We lie, we cheat, we steal.
I disagree with you there. I think Eddie Guerrero was better. I didn't like the line.
I have no doubt that he probably was, but it's just
I
that's
loved him
that's the Eddie
throughout
that
his whole
I grew up
career.
with.
Loved him throughout his whole career. This guy, on the other hand,
Dean Malenko was a great technical wrestler. What is your problem?
What's your timestamp?
19.
19?
1905.
1904.
Dean Malenko, a great technical wrestler. Terrible on the mic. He was the Iceman for a reason. And his head was
Yeah.
gigantic. He's Fergie Devlin.
But now
Yeah.
he's got Parkinson's disease.
He does.
I don't know what to say about that. That hasn't already been said.
You need to stop talking. Like an asshole.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry for the guy. I don't know.
No, you're not.
No, I wouldn't want to have it. So yeah, I'd feel bad for him. It's a really like
He just beat
child
Chris
rapist
Jericho.
mustache.
You just beat Jushin Thunder Liger, otherwise known as Chris Jericho at this time.
I just said
Fuckface.
that. Yep.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Oh God!
A little bit of bubbly.
In my
Oh
eyes.
shit, where's my title?
No, my favorite one was I did it all for the bubbly.
There's some good ones. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, it's easy to do that when your head's half your body, Malenko.
Ronnie just put a good one in the chat too. It's like Cody Rhodes and it's Cody's speech to Dustin after their match where he's like, "I don't need my brother," and then it says, "I need bubbly."
This guy, look how much he uses his head.
I mean, it's big enough.
Yeah, I'm not wrong, right? He's got a
He does have a
gigantic
giant
fucking
head.
head.
These
He's
two
got, like,
had
a
some
really,
pretty
like,
good matches.
ECW, WCW.
Face on him.
Dean
These
Malenko
two-
was a good wrestler. Like,
Oh,
Well,
Dean
they
Malenko was
both were
ridiculously
pretty
good. So was Eddie Guerrero.
wrestlers. They didn't just rely on the high flying shit either.
No, they actually knew how to wrestle.
Yes.
But they were both versatile. These are the guys that like what?
I'm sorry, Basement. Did that guy just say there's a book out there about 101 sex positions?
Yes.
Well,
Just
Dean
wanted to make
Malenko was
sure.
a man of 1,000 holds, or was it 1,000 holds or
1001
Yeah.
holds. 1001 holds.
2001 was Chris Jericho.
No, 1,004.
Oh. I don't know. He was a man with a lot of holds.
Yeah. And essentially, it's a man of 1,000 moves. But all it is a different variation of like fucking 20 different moves that you could do like 1,000 different moves with.
Like
Yeah,
Jericho's
you know-
there's
first
like
list.
Roderick Strong.
Well, you know, like,
Jericho's list. Yeah, Jericho's list when he feuded, which is coming up pretty soon if I remember correctly.
Arm drag. Arm bar.
wheel.
Then he comes back.
Suplex.
Then he
Arm
comes.
bar.
Then he comes back, and then he said the reverse suplex or something like that.
Yeah.
That feud's coming up soon. I don't
Oh
know.
God, not this again.
Okay, how did Hulk Hogan? I missed last week.
The
so how did
giant
Hulk-
broke his neck. Yeah,
Oh,
at the
giant
pay-per-view,
broke his neck.
remember?
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
he-
yeah,
He was
I
doing neck squats last week, so
Mhm.
just be glad you missed that. It was with the title. See, they just fully cut away from a match that I was much more interested in
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
a backstage promo.
This is the problem with WCW.
I mean, they had it split screen for a while, and that was okay. But they
But-
should this promo shouldn't have happened during the match to begin with.
No.
WCW was 100% sold on the big names that had sold the early 90s, continuing to sell wrestling for the rest of the 90s.
Yep.
Which is why they
It's
went
not
out and
just
got
the
all
90s,
these
it's
fucking
also
big
the
old
70s
dudes.
and 80s.
Well, exactly. They went out and got all these like big names from a different era of wrestling, and they kind of stuck with it for as long as they could.
Agreed.
How are people getting up and like leaving their seats during this match?
Because
This is a good match.
They're there
Because
to
at the
watch the
time- at the
WCW big
at-
event guys.
At the time, they were more into fucking Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
They were more into fucking Macho Man, Lex Luger, Sting, Ric Flair. They didn't give it. People didn't like this stuff.
Well, I do also believe these shows were like 2.5 hours long for the people in the stands. Like you had a lot of dark matches and stuff. They weren't coming there to watch 45 minutes of wrestling and going home.
Yeah. They'd
But at
already
the same
been
time,
watching.
they're there for the big names.
This is the main event of the night, so they've already been. Well, I shouldn't say this is the main event of the night.
The best match of the night.
It'll be the best match of the night. But this is an era where the names sold the tickets more so than the in-ring action.
Yep. Same with WWE. Well, WWE still today.
Yeah.
You'll never see a Ali sell a ticket.
Well, it's not that he won't sell a ticket; he won't sell a show.
No, that's what I'm trying. That's what I meant. He won't put butts in the seat. Essentially.
I'm saying he will put you can have it so they can do it, but if they like it the way it is, where it's like the people that want to see that wrestling, they'll get that wrestling, but they'll only get some of it.
Yep. I just don't. And essentially, Roman Reigns is and.
Well, I mean, Roman Reigns is fighting fucking Eric Rowan at Clash of Champions. That's a match I'd rather never see.
No, I agree, but
he hit his bum guys.
It's something different. I get it.
I can't hate on it because the thing is, what are you gonna hate on everything they do with Roman Reigns? You know what I mean? Like you hate it when we all hate it when he's in the limelight.
Yeah.
When he's not in the limelight, why isn't he in the limelight? No, you can't have it both ways.
No, I don't.
Ooh.
No, that was a shitty finish. But
yeah, it was.
But I do kind of like not every match has to end with this grand spectacle bullshit that they do all the time.
I just the way that it ended, kind of quick.
Oh,
but look, it's going somewhere. That's why. So I'm gonna shave that boy fucker mustache off your face.
We see Eddie Guerrero go from that to fucking lying and cheating and stealing. Like, this is a prime example of WWE and using stereotypes in the 90s.
But I personally, I'm just like you, Gina. I grew up with that stereotypical version of Eddie Guerrero, but I also loved what they did with it. Because there were some great moments with Eddie Guerrero in WWE.
Mm-hmm. America?
He's welcoming people who live in Denver to Denver.
Welcome to America. It's like Colorado's
for all of you people that live in America.
All of you people that live in Denver, welcome to Denver. Like, you fucking own Denver.
Oh, God. The Hulkster. Let me guess, someone's going to attack his neck.
I hope so.
I don't know.
I feel like it should happen. Today it would happen. Here, I don't know.
I feel like
Mean Gene got a suit too big for himself.
Don't know why I hate Hulk Hogan as much as I do, but I do.
I'm not a fan of Hulk Hogan.
He's just
but
like
I'm not
overhyped.
A fan of him, I guess.
He's just super, super, super overhyped, in my opinion. Because, like, what did he have? He had a leg drop.
It's not what he did in the ring at all.
No.
It's everything he did for the business, and
I can
you
respect
wouldn't
that.
have a lot of the New Japan doesn't take anywhere as close off of Hulk Hogan. It's like WWE is formed a whole business off of that idea.
Well, I mean,
Hulk Hogan.
yeah, I can respect what he did for the business and everything, and even his promo work and stuff. But his in ring ability is just fucking garbage.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's all garbage.
It's garbage.
It's not good. It's not good.
It's not great, but it's not garbage. I wouldn't put it in the trash.
Hey,
the thing is,
if you can call my flippy shit garbage, then I can call your Hulk Hogan garbage.
Yeah, no, you can definitely call it garbage. You,
You
call
can
whatever
call it
you
garbage,
want.
but I disagree that it's all garbage. I mean, a punch. Then essentially everybody that throws a punch is garbage.
Well, no, that's not.
No, what
you're
I'm saying is
Just-
his move set is garbage because like what does he do? So he throws a punch and then he drops a like.
Okay, but
No, he tells a story in the ring. Unfortunately, a lot of times it's the same story
yes,
that he tells in the ring. So it's not. I'm not gonna like. When I look at him as an overall wrestler, I can never say he's garbage. In ring, I was never a fan. Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Yeah, no.
There's a woman.
No. You're misconstruing what I'm
Kevin
saying.
Sullivan.
Like Hulk Hogan
No, I
is
know what
not
you mean.
garbage.
You're saying
Like
he's garbage in
I'm
ring.
in ring, I'm not a fan of his in ring work. So I
It's
think
Kevin
that's
Sullivan as Babushka. Like, what the fuck is this?
it's Kevin
the
Sullivan.
grandma.
What grandma is that?
It's Kevin Sullivan.
I know. Oh God, here they come. Yeah, I do. They're gonna break his neck again or hurt it a little bit more.
Here comes the Zodiac.
It's the
They need a
avenging-
little bit of bubbly.
That's
Can't get it out
no
of my head,
granny.
sorry.
That's no granny. No shit. But yeah, no. Hulk Hogan is like he's from an era that I didn't grow up with in terms of wrestling style,
Yeah,
which is why I think I can't get behind.
it's
It's just pure brawl and
compared
moveset
to what
styles. He broke his neck.
compared to what we grew up with, basement. It's just boring.
Yeah.
It's like we
And
grew
it's
up
what-
with like when the high flyers and shit were coming, they were first coming in and becoming like super
Stash.
popular. Oh God,
No!
Stash.
No!
Oh God, he looks like Jesse Ventura
They turned
without
him
it.
into
No, put
Hitler.
it back. Put it
Blonde
back.
Hitler.
Oh God, he looks like Jesse Ventura. Put it back.
No, just let it be.
Oh God.
And this is when he goes through the first black phase.
This is where he goes through that black Hogan phase. Who the fuck was that?
Who the fuck is that?
American males.
The American males. That was Buck Bagwell.
You still have to listen to their entrance music, Gina.
Oh God, I've heard it once because like one of the shows we watched, they were on there.
No, you have to hear it like on YouTube, and it's full glory.
I don't want to.
It's the Nasty Boys.
Oh, you nasty boy.
Oh, he's dead now. Babushka's still shaving this one. Oh,
I feel
Not
like
his
having
beautiful
somebody in
golden
the
locks.
ring with the. I feel like having somebody in the ring with the scissors when you're doing a fucking backdrop right behind them is kind of dangerous.
Bad decision. This fucking zebra is gonna do it.
Well, he used to be a barber.
Is that just JBL?
Brutus the barber, or Brutus the fucking barber beefcake.
Like, how's the mustache? How's the mustache? My
Oh, I
shirt is
thought-
ripped for some
I thought
reason.
that guy was JBL. I was like, what
Why
the fuck
is his
this guy?
shirt ripped?
I don't
Oh my
know.
God, that's a good question.
What did you say now, Gina?
Nothing. I mistakenly thought somebody was somebody.
Thought that was JBL.
I just think it's okay. Hogan.
And then it doesn't even make any sense for that to be JBL because from the side it looks like old JBL how he is now, and obviously he didn't look like that at this
No, when he
stage.
first came in as Justin Hawk, he had long hair.
We'll replace your mustache with pubes.
Oh, God.
Card is subject to change. And I think this will be the last pay-per-view for Hulk Hogan for a couple of months.
Hey.
And then he comes back, and then he leaves again for about 2 months, and that's when
Bash at the Beach.
Bash at the Beach happens.
The only way to get rid of Hulk Hogan is to break his neck twice and shave his mustache.
He doesn't gone for very long, if at all, if I remember right. I know that he's at Halloween Havoc, and then I think he leaves for maybe a little bit.
Ric Flair is so sparkly.
Mm-hmm.
Ric fucking Flair. He's the man.
Is it
look at
weird
her.
for
Look at her.
Is it weird for anybody else to see like younger Ric Flair, but yet he still looks old?
Well, he's always old. It's like Hulk Hogan.
Well, I mean, he always had that like silver blonde hair, but he looks
like-
so young now compared to now.
I feel like with guys like Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan, they started off at like they looked like 10-year-olds, then they hit 20 and they looked like 50-year-olds, and then they stayed that way until and Hulk Hogan's still staying that way.
Yeah, Hulk
But
Hogan
Ric
still
Flair's
looks pretty much
finally
the
looks like
exact
he's about
same.
90.
Oh God, Arn Anderson.
Yep. Ric Flair and
He
Arn
was born
Anderson.
looking 40 years old.
It's happening again for the second time.
Arn Anderson still looks the exact same, except he's got a little bit of a bigger belly.
Oh no, he's got a lot of a bigger belly.
A lot
And
of
he-
belly, double chin, he got gray hair, he's almost completely bald.
And by the way, he don't drink.
Arn Anderson?
He
So he just
quit
looks like
drinking
a bad
after 95, 96.
Wasn't there a rumor going around that he got fired from WWE
No,
for
he
being
got
drunk?
fired from WWE for letting Alicia Fox wrestle.
That's
drunk.
what it was. I knew it was something with someone being drunk.
Alicia Fox. Well, fucking. If I was to lose
know
my
what?
career for someone like that, shoot me.
Someone said on Twitter today, they're like, okay, so Alicia Fox wrestles after having a couple of drinks, and everybody's like, oh man, she should be fired. But yet Chris Jericho cracks open a bottle of champagne, and everybody's cheering. And
After the match,
I said there is
on the
a
promo?
huge.
Yeah.
I said there is a huge difference between those two. I said, for one, Alicia Fox wrestled, or she was drunk before she went in the ring and wrestled. She could have hurt
which is
someone.
dangerous. You
And
can go
I
back
said-
and get as hammered as you want. I don't care.
Exactly. I said, two, Chris Jericho, he cracked open the bottle after his match. He could not hurt anybody.
Chris
And there's
a
Jericho,
huge
no matter what
difference.
people say about him, the guy has never really put somebody else in danger in his matches.
No.
He's a careful
and-
wrestler. He knows what he's doing.
And I can go one further. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yes, he did whatever,
Most of
while
it was at the
drinking
end
beer.
of the match, though.
but it was never in a match. I don't ever remember watching him drink during a match or
And
No,
you know
he'd
what?
do it at the end, and he'd also like spill most of it.
yeah, he wouldn't even drink.
And
half of
not
it.
only
It was
that,
the
but
spectacle of it.
and not only that, but anytime that you saw him being brought out to the ring prior to a match, like for a promo or something, he never, like, if he drank before, like, if he did a promo before a match and he drank, like, during that promo, you would see him spit 90% of it out.
Yep. No,
Well,
that's
a lot of these wrestlers actually go out to the ring with like empty stomachs in terms of like no food and everything like that. Because imagine wrestling with like after eating a big meal like fucking 2 hours later.
That's why I
Yep.
don't understand what catering is there for.
Well, it's for snacks.
It's for them after the match or for
Have you
those
seen?
for
Yeah, well,
them early in the day.
It's like
Like,
small
after the
sandwiches
match, I
and
can
stuff like
understand.
that. Or
have
after
you
the match.
seen their catering lately? Their
90%
catering,
of
like
it
they have
goes
like
somewhere
crock pots
else.
full of shit.
I guarantee you 90% of it goes to like
But
the ring crew and
I was gonna
shit like that.
say, like you also have to remember that like they're feeding the entire crew, not just the wrestlers. So
I know a lot of the wrestlers, like Finn Balor, you think he's gonna fucking eat catering? Eat a couple carrots and be like, I'm done.
I had my carbs for the day.
I know. Time to purge.
Oh God!
No, like I mean, a lot of them are probably on like diet restrictions to look the way they look.
Actually, Finn Balor has actually gone on record stating that he pretty much eats whatever he wants. It's just
And what he
has-
wants is nothing.
No. Like
Breakfast,
he
lunch, and dinner.
eats
No, he probably eats.
donuts and all that shit. Like, and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
Well,
they
you never
eat
know.
donuts.
You never know. Some people have really good metabolism. You don't know. I think most of them kind of like with their lifestyle, they can't be 100% picky because you're
Mhm.
traveling constantly. So
Well,
you're gonna have
that
to eat
like you have to make sure
something
that
at some
like
point.
you're eating a certain number of like carbs and
well, like
sodium
Braun
and all that.
Strowman's got to eat like 8 times a day. The guy's a fucking
Right.
gigantor.
and work out like fucking 3 times a day with this fucking. He's ripped now, man.
He's a big dude. But he's always a big dude, regardless.
I'll be
No,
right
but I
back,
mean, like,
guys.
he's ripped now. Okay.
You know what it is, though, too? Like, when he joined the WWE, he was, like, probably stronger than he is now. Because he was a strong man. And strong men are very seldomly are they ripped.
I
Usually
honestly
just,
think
like,
that
big,
he's
beefy
still
dude.
an incredibly strong man. It's just they don't really let him show it.
I mean, the strongest guys you'll ever see are the guys that have low center of gravities and are, like, big.
Yeah.
Which is why Jeff Cobb, I think, is ridiculously strong. One of the strongest wrestlers out there.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that, guys.
Okay.
Wendy is teething.
I hear.
You guys can hear her?
Yeah, just faintly.
Yeah.
I'll be right back though.
I'm surprised they haven't he hasn't dealt with his back breast. Taking a bunch, no, like in all honesty, taking a bunch of hits on your back and stuff with fatty corpuscle or whatever you fuck it is.
Yeah, I think it was a cyst.
Yeah, but you got. I mean, I'm assuming it's also probably because he would have to take time off to get the surgery.
Yeah, Ric Flair never took time off.
Well, he does eventually because he doesn't have that forever.
Well, yeah, it's probably when they take him off TV for a couple of months.
Yeah.
What?
I was saying, yeah, you're right.
That's one thing that I will give to Ric Flair. He never, Hulk Hogan would only show up when it fit his billing. I shouldn't say fit his billing, but fit if it was a pay-per-view or it built a storyline or whatever, Ric Flair was there all the time.
Yeah, Ric Flair was a workhorse.
Yes.
A huge workhorse. And the fact that the guy wrestled until the fucking 65, 70 years old almost? Fucking ridiculous.
I think 50. When was his last match? WrestleMania.
I feel like he might have wrestled at 60, but who knows? I don't even know how old he is now.
70? Just turned 70?
So I'm sure I've seen him in something at less than 10 years ago. Maybe not in a match, but taking bumps and stuff, even as general manager or something.
5 years ago, probably working for Impact.
So there you go. But Ric Flair always he was a very safe wrestler, and he always wrestled a certain style.
Mm-hmm.
Very prototypical, what became the prototypical WWE style of wrestling.
What, Ric Flair?
Yeah, a lot of brawling, slams, back body drops, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Chops, axe handles.
These two are beating the hell out of each other, though.
Slapping the tits off Arn Anderson.
What's that?
He's slapping the tits off Arn Anderson. Yeah, this is. I would say this is basically as good as the first match that they put on together.
Yeah, I mean they don't typically give a bad match. It's Arn Anderson, two great workers. Oh. Here comes Brian Pillman.
Yep. They are beating the shit out of each other too.
Fucking Ric Flair fucking no-sells this shit.
I know.
Nope, no.
He probably hit him a couple times a bit too hard. Ric Flair was like, "Fuck this shit."
Ryan Pillman was loose cannon, from what I was being told, what I've heard. So.
Well, there's probably for most characters, there's an ounce of truth to what their character is eventually.
No, there Arn Anderson even said the kid was a loose cannon. That was a shoot. He would hit too hard sometimes. His
Who
work
would,
inside the
like,
ring
Strowman?
was sometimes just too real.
And I actually, I think that's exactly what just happened there when he came in and attacked and threw him into the corner, because Ric Flair is supposed to get beat up, but him like fighting back like that, and the way he did so looked like I'm gonna hit you.
Don't,
At this moment.
I'm not gonna potato you here. I'm actually gonna fucking hit you.
Not gonna potato you.
Well, that's what they call it when they fake punch.
That's just
Yeah.
just sounds silly.
I'm not gonna Bailey you.
I'm gonna potato you. I seen that today. That meme today.
Now the dog.
How much you want to bet the
gone.
dog is back out?
No,
Nope.
he's gone.
He ate
He's
the
hiding
dog.
in his jacket.
It's up his ass now.
He's in his jacket. You can see him. You can see him in his
He's
jacket.
sleeping in the jacket. Yeah, he's done. My turtleneck.
Wonder if that was like his deal. Okay, I'll come on and commentate if my dog can come with me.
Okay, so next week we're getting Arn Anderson and Ric Flair in a cage.
Just so they can't be fucked with. Is next week Halloween Havoc or no?
No.
After.
That's not for another couple weeks yet.
That makes sense, because I think it's going to be fucking...
The week after, I think, is the go home.
Oh, Sting versus Earthquake. I mean, Shark. Oh, God. Sabu's not done yet. Sabu versus himself, featuring
Sabu,
chairs.
Who is he taking on? Grand Metalik Sr.?
I know. I think so. Where the big boys play.
Jerry Lynn.
Where the big boys play. And that is the end of Nitro.
Oh, God.
It was okay. The last match...
I liked it a lot more than last week. Saying that right away.
The Eddie Guerrero match was great with Dean Malenko.
It was okay.
I mean, it was good compared to the rest of the show. The last match was pretty decent too.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably rate the Arn Anderson Ric Flair match better. The only reason you want to know why though? Because they cut away.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they did kind of. The production made you think that match was worth less.
It was just kind of a throwaway match. Yeah.
But it wasn't worth less.
Not at all. They were actually doing really good in the ring. So at the
pay-per-view, I guarantee it. They wrestle a couple more times, it gets better.
Good.
It gets like at the pay-per-views, they let them wrestle.
Good.
You got to remember, this is a TV show. It's only an hour. They can only show so much. So you have to remember. I liked it. It was better than last week.
Oh, for 100%.
I would give it a 5.5 out of 10.
All right, JP 5.5, and
Heather didn't even get a chance to watch it. Wendy lost her shit, so she probably about the same. I would say. That's just me.
All right. Well, you know what? There's a lot that you can say you hate and whatever, but they did some good things. Like, Lex versus Randy Savage. They added a stipulation that made no sense, in my honest opinion.
Agreed.
And they also put on the match first, which made the stipulation even less impactful. I think they wanted to intro something to the fans where they could get hyped about this match going on. This was easily the worst match of the night, and though it was bad, there was something at least. It was better than all the other matches from the previous night, I would say. Eddie versus Dean Malenko, that match was probably the match of the night if they gave it the time it should have gotten. They did take the time, like you guys said. But I'm interested to see like that type of wrestling is something that you see more nowadays. So it's nice to see it then. And I know it becomes more prominent as time goes on. Arn versus Rick, the same fucking thing we saw last time. I'm not saying that in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it in a good way, and they're building a story. That's the main thing. At the end of the show, they're building a story to why you should watch the next one.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a cage match now. He won't be able to interfere. So there's story building going on in that match. And they also gave you good in ring as they gave you the first time, but they added to it with story. And then Hogan's whole mustache shaved and broken neck shit, still adding to a story that we probably won't get the payoff, but at least they're building a faction and building the big show. I'm actually going to give this bad boy a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to say you are wrong in that the payoff. The payoff is at Halloween Havoc.
Okay, so because you said he disappeared for 2 months, I didn't think we'd get a payoff.
Something like that.
But yeah, whatever.
Okay. No, I'm not just saying the payoff happens. It's just
happens after the pay-per-view.
No, it's at the pay-per-view.
Regardless, I'm still going to give it a 6.5.
No, that's fine. I gave it a 5.5, and Heather only seen half of the show because she went. I said you'd probably be about 5.5.
From what I saw, yeah.
Yeah, so she might have to watch it again, and we'll tell you next week what she thought. So yeah.
JB emerged.
Oh, you're good. I explained.
It's okay.
I'm wondering about you, Gina. Where are you standing on this bad boy?
I'm actually going to go right in between you guys and give it a 6.
Okay. Even though she doesn't like Hogan or anything. See, I told you. I
don't like Hogan, but at least they're telling a story. Like they're driving out a story with him.
That is, Hogan can tell a story. I give him that.
Yeah, I will say I would have rated it higher had they not cut away from the Guerrero and Malenko match.
Any match
but I mean,
really.
Yeah, but I mean, all in all, I really like the story that they're telling with Ric Flair, with Brian Pillman, like interfering and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good storytelling tonight. So I'll give it a 6.
And the dog's eyes.
Oh my god, the dog alone, 4.5.
Yeah,
4.5 of the 6 points that I gave this show. 4.5 of them is to
so
the dog.
it would have been 2.5.
If they would, I'm going to tell you this: if they would have kept the fucking camera on the dog, it would have stayed at 10.
I'm telling you, like, he's so cute.
I like his progression from wearing glasses to being half out of his coat to being fully in his coat.
Yes.
I hate Chihuahuas.
Oh.
They're rats.
I don't hate any dog. I
don't hate. I shouldn't say. No, I hate.
All right. Well, we still got Trek and Bobbitt. So, Trek, what are you doing? What are you giving this?
I give it about a 6. It actually was a lot better than last week. You know, the Randy Savage Lex Luger thing was put on first because it was just a blow off to get that out of the way. I mean, nobody really thought at the time, I'm sure, that Lex Luger was going to quit wrestling or anything. He just got there, like we all said. The best match of the night would have been Guerrero and Malenko, but they had to of course cut away for it to show Hogan arriving. That being said, I think that the best match we actually did see was Anderson and Flair because, yeah, we've seen it before, but they always managed to do something special in the ring with those two guys. They always managed to up it a little bit, and then it'll be interesting to see the cage match next week. Even the stuff with Hogan does lead into where it's going, which events is the storyline, which is good, which is what you want in wrestling.
All right, Bobbitt?
A sleep out of 10.
Good talk, Bobbitt. Good talk.
A sleep out of 10 is what we'll give Bobbitt. I was just looking at this too. I mean, I know it's only like 3 matches, but would you really reorganize this card?
No.
Yeah.
Right? And that's one thing that we'll probably never say for Raw, SmackDown, or anything else. I mean, we'll say it, but like majority of the time you're being like, yeah.
Ric Flair and Arn Anderson should have been They could have opened the show. I honestly would have opened with Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero, but I'm not going to...
But I don't think so, because then if you're going to cut away from something, you're not going to cut away from Lex versus Randy for a career match. If you're gonna
No,
make it a career
they
match, you
still would have
gotta.
cut away from the opening match. They probably would have had Hulk Hogan show up.
I guess those are In that case, then they are interchangeable.
Yeah, but if you think about it, it doesn't make very much sense because
It doesn't.
they were trying to pull people in for ratings, and the last thing you want to do is like cause people to have any kind of reason to turn the show right away.
Why
But I
would they
also
turn
will
the
say
show?
that
Again,
no, but
they wouldn't turn the show if they would have showed up. If Hulk Hogan would have showed up right away, that's your that's your ratings grabber right there. I hate to say it, it wasn't about the wrestling. It wasn't about Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero.
but like if you look at the booking, the reason they did it is because you look at Lex versus Randy and Arn versus Rick. That is a speed of wrestling that you want to have something that is a bit quicker that happens between them. You don't want to have two wrestling matches back to back that are very similar in style and speed. So I can see this is probably why I would have booked it this way too. Now keep in mind, like we said, they have all those dark matches before, but
This is true. I can't disagree. I cannot.
Bob, I'm ready.
Are you
Bob,
there?
it's asleep at the time.
Are you still sleeping, Bobbit? Good time. All right. All right. So I've got Raw ready whenever everybody else is ready.
I'm ready to go.
Un momento.
How much of a moment? Because I have to pee.
It's gonna be a moment, so go pee.
The fuck does that mean?
It means go fucking pee.
He already walked away, I think.
That does not surprise me at all. He does this shit to me all the time.
He has the bladder of a pregnant woman.
So do I.
Right?
So do I, though.
There was stop more times for you to pee than
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. All right. I can never remember. Like, I'm on regular Raw, but it doesn't go back that far. So where the fuck do I go for this?
Okay, so you
October 2, 1995.
No fucking shit, track. But where do I go for it? Is what I'm asking.
You have to scroll through the years.
Yes, the years up above.
Yeah, on Raw. Yeah, that's what I was doing, but it was only taking me to 97.
Well, you have to keep going.
No
You
shit.
might have had to let it sit for a second to let it load. It does that to me sometimes too.
Yeah.
Trek, you don't know. Be quiet.
Yeah,
No,
that's what you gotta do.
No. What I had to minimize my text, and then okay. So October what?
Second,
1995.
same day.
I forgot the date that we were watching. Okay. All right. No. Pause.
Are you ready?
Yep.
And...
Hang on, guys.
Fucking Bobbit.
All right.
What? I was in the bathroom. Okay.
Oh, so you don't. What did you give Nitro?
I'll give it a 3.5. It was all right.
All right.
You must have missed the whole show then.
He was in the bathroom. He comes for slack.
Why don't you rewatch it and let me know what you think? Because you missed a bunch. I'm assuming so. All right, you ready? We're on Raw already. That's why. Waiting.
I got it loaded up.
All right, and 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm resetting. I'm just kidding. We're good.
Hey, look, it's the cum block.
I know. The cube of cum.
It's the cube.
All of our wrestlers stand in a circle and jerk off to make this happen.
The cube of spank.
Reminded me of RoboCop.
The cube of cum, like it sounds like something that you would find in an vitro center where like the women have to like play a game and like compete in order to get to the top of the cube of cum.
You must all rub your vaginas against the cube.
So last week,
we'll only pick one.
The Smoking Guns beat Owen and Yokozuna for the titles, if I remember correctly. Yes.
They did, yeah.
So they had Shawn Michaels and Diesel beat Owen Hart in that controversial finish, and they ended up giving the titles back to Owen and Yokozuna and just took them off of them the next week anyway. Or next night anyway.
And if you forgot what happened at WrestleMania 11
Right.
They fucking, I don't know why they keep doing this.
The replay
in
value.
October,
I do remember watching that
You
special
missed it
though.
that night. You watch it again on this night, and this is stuff that you missed.
And 123 Kid is sucking on Razor Ramon's dick.
He's sucking on his dick. Did you see where his dick was? His dick was like firmly planted in Razor
sticking out
Ramon's
each
mouth.
other. They were sticking at each other wildly.
They were 69ing.
I know.
Yeah.
Fucking Earl Hebner, man. And look at him. His arm is draped over his penis.
I'm telling you, it's penis love.
They did travel together.
They did hang out.
Mhm.
Jerry the King Lawler.
How much you want to make a bet that they got high one night and some shit happened?
I'm sure a lot of shit happened.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
I know Triple H never did any of that shit.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
think
the
he
designated
drinks.
driver.
I don't think he drinks.
No, Triple H was a DD.
Yeah,
He's
but
the
I still
company
don't think
man.
to this day, I still don't think he drinks, if
You
at
might
all.
have- You might have like one, but that's the most.
How's Wendy's making it for you?
Well, I've seen him with like some champagne, but I've never seen him like,
Yeah.
like pictures with him like holding beers or anything like that.
Pictures
He's
of
a
him
game.
fucking snorting on cocaine. Could you imagine the nosebleeds on that guy?
Whoa.
Oh God.
Dead immediately.
The only other time I saw him drinking was when they did the I can't remember what it was, where they were all in the ring and like they had Hornswoggle and they were spilling the beer on McMahon and stuff. That's the only time I've seen Triple H drink that one time.
Yeah, but even still, it was only a couple of sips.
Yeah.
The game. Likes to fuck multiple women. One of them could be a man.
And his name is Shawn Michaels.
They definitely fucking tickled each other's assholes.
They had to do something. They all had a circle jerk. Whatever. You do what you gotta do.
Yep.
If it makes you, whatever makes
I
you
love how
happy.
JP's just like nonchalant. You do what you gotta do.
He only sucked the tip of the dick because his nose was too big to get any deeper.
They lick their cane.
I have a feeling there's army stories he hasn't told me yet.
The from under cheese from under my balls.
Oh, dude, I'm eating.
Gave each other
Are you eating
pedicures.
cheese?
Yes, it's in my salad, you fucking asshole.
Does it look like smegma?
Tossed salad.
No, it looks like shredded cheddar cheese.
Oh, then that's not from under cheese. You're fine.
You shut up.
From under cheese is a grayish.
And mute.
You can't mute me. I don't know whatever becomes of this, so I'm new to this. Like I said, 1995.
It's the Battle of the Perms.
I know more about the history of WCW than I do of WWE, but I watched both of them. But I wasn't watching.
Maybe he was just like super drunk at the time.
Actually, no, I was not. I was deployed at the time. This was.
Yeah, I know.
That's when he broke his ankle. I know his life story.
Yeah, I was drunk when I.
Basement, you should be so proud of him. He did not say "ow my ankle" not one time when he was here.
I'm sure he thought it.
I said "ow my rib."
Yeah, he did.
The shoulder. Oh my god.
My pussy and my crack.
It just doesn't work when you say it that way. You just started my pussy and my crack.
Well, she just said "ow my back, my shoulder, my pussy."
I thought you said "ow my ribs, my pussy and my crack."
Well, no, Heather said.
Obliterated by a gigantic dick.
Oh,
You just pooped?
yes. It,
Like, yep,
Dean,
that's
oh my
that's
God!
a move.
Does that just look at Shane Douglas? Looks like an asshole.
Okay, so this is who they were trying to make Drew Gulak after, except like kind of an updated version, right?
No.
He's
Not
the
even close.
franchise.
Drew
No,
Gulak.
No, I mean with the PowerPoint shit that they used to make him do.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean he was more like this is what they tried making
Burger
Matt
King.
Striker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I see Burger King crowns in the audience. What? What is this guy jumping? What the fuck?
I don't know.
With the sign?
He's excited.
Yeah, and this is what should happen. Back
Look
and
at him.
forth.
He's fucking everywhere. If I was standing next to that guy, I would punch him in the fucking face.
Fully punch him. Uppercut. Tiger uppercut his nuts out of his pants.
They're
Oh, God.
slapping the fuck out of each other. Oh, he's
I
really
actually like this storyline. It's one of my favorite ones that's
Guys.
going on right now.
I see 90s JP in the audience.
You're close. 90s JP in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the guy that's jumping up and down with the fucking sign.
No. You're the guy holding a small child with a mustache and a full head of hair.
No, I
Child
didn't.
has a mustache?
I was actually bald.
Damn
at
it.
this time.
The child has a mustache?
Oh, basement.
Child has a mustache.
I was actually bald during this time. I did not have a full head of hair.
I kid you not. I grew up next to this family that had this kid, and I swear to God, he was born with a mustache.
Do you see him back there? The guy holding the fucking kid with the red hair?
No, I do
Hold
not.
on. Right there.
Gino.
Look at him. Look at him back there.
Yeah,
I don't.
the kid has red hair.
Oh,
He's wearing a like light denim jacket. Look at him in the corner.
Now, they are definitely no longer
I'm trying
friends.
to watch the match. I don't give a fuck about some fucking ginger kid.
You know what? You know what?
No.
It's you. It's you, JP.
No, it's not. It's not me, Gino.
Right there.
Oh my God! Stop! I'm not even paying attention. What?
I thought this match ended. What's happening here?
I don't know.
2 out of 3 falls.
Oh. It feels too early to do that with this. I don't like 2 out of 3 falls to happen this quick. I like the storyline where they were going with it. I felt Razor Ramon should have just beat 1, 2, 3 Kid, and they should have had like a rubber match.
Rubber match.
I think I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is a.
This is a 2 or 3 falls match.
He just beat him twice.
That first fall.
No, he just beat him once, then he beat him once again in flashbacks.
Yeah, Iron Man match.
No, this is a best 18 out of 18 falls match.
But think about it, guys.
Best out
He
of
didn't
19.
use Razor's Edge for that first fall.
Best out of 19.
Hey, it's JP.
I
Told you.
I don't know who she's talking about.
I don't know what you guys are
I never
talking
will.
about.
I'm telling you, if you would just fucking
Hey,
look.
it is JP.
He's in the corner. Look at him.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
now
I see.
I
It.
look
With the
like I'm
mustache?
holding. I'm not even gonna say it.
Hey, I'm a ginger, so watch
And that's
yourself,
not me.
bitch.
Why did I just say I look like? That's not me. It's not even close to me.
That far. He's got a long face. You got a long face.
But that's not me.
No,
didn't
it's
have
not you. It just reminded me of you for some reason.
He's dead. It's not JP. He's smiling too much.
It's definitely not me because I don't smile that much.
He looks like the gay hokey doke version of you.
No, he don't.
Jared, he's drunk.
Jarrett? Oh my God.
When he's drunk.
My fucking brother this weekend. Holy shit. He held Wendy. Like, he never holds kids. And he's like, he's that drunk. So he's holding her. Wendy looked at him and just lost her absolute shit.
Oh, so kind of like she did to me as soon as she got in the door and I took her.
Actually, it was worse. It was worse because I wouldn't say it was worse. It was about the same.
I heard her all the way back by your car while she was in the house in his hands.
Well, that's
Well,
Jarrett, though.
At least with me, she stopped crying. It was just because like she didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
That's interesting. He didn't use his finisher one time in this whole match.
Of course he has.
And that's the way it should be. JP in the audience is wearing a jean button-up shirt with a jean vest over top of it.
Yes.
Guys,
That
that's
was the 90s.
if
Guy
you
is
guys are
amazing.
like, if you guys
I
are like,
love
is that
JP in
really
the audience.
JP? That is really not me.
JP in the audience
I
at least
never-
gives us
I
2
never
points for
had
me.
that much hair.
Yeah, well,
It's
Good point.
it's JP's brother that he never knew he had.
In fact, no.
PJ.
It's not my brother that I never knew that I did not have.
No, you shouldn't be friends now. Oh, but they are. Or aren't they? Like, I can't hate him. He's just a child that I beat the fuck out of.
I mean, it was a mutual respect.
I didn't want it to end that way, but if that's what they wanted to do with it, I can see why they did the 2 out of 3 or whatever the fuck rules happened in the beginning of this match.
I think it was,
Wow.
wasn't it best out of 5 or best out of 7?
It might have been. Yeah.
I don't know. How many falls were there in that?
Like
Only seen
4.
2.
I thought that there was only 3.
I thought it was best 2 out of 3,
Okay, no, because there was 3 falls.
but I might be wrong.
I don't
Where
know.
is
It didn't
Dean
make any
Douglas
sense because,
looking?
like, I seriously only remember 3 falls. So
The
must have been like 3 out of 4 or something.
The Undertaker looks like Kevin Sullivan.
You knew they were pointing or
Who the fuck
poking
is this
fun.
creeper in the background?
Marty Jannetty versus Goldust. Barry Horowitz.
Telling you right now, Marty Jannetty has a pizza pocket face.
Stupid question, but you guys know I didn't watch back at this time. So, is this before or after the Barberstein?
For
The
no,
what?
it's after
The
the
what?
barbershop scene.
The-
Oh,
The
this is
barbershop
way
You said
after. The
barber scene.
barbershop scene happened like in 1992, I think.
Okay.
That's when Shawn Michaels is the sex maniac.
Shawn Michaels.
Well, like I said, I didn't watch at
Shawn
this time.
Michaels was a heel up until now.
Okay.
Well, it's a Bailey to Billy.
Why does he have suspenders on his wrestling tights?
This is Barry Horowitz.
To keep him up.
That's how you roll.
Oh God, that is like one hell of a big ass to come down on your face.
Mabel also has them.
Oh, here comes Hunter. Here comes Triple H. Or as
holy
he was
shit.
known as Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
I hated him here. I
loved him
hated
here. My
him.
favorite
I
iteration
loved
of
him. This is the.
No,
this
it's not
is-
mine.
I hate him here.
I liked him.
Fat.
You
I
could
liked
tell
him.
he had like a huge amount of potential. My favorite version of Triple H, I actually would probably say is the version we're
They
seeing
even
now.
did.
Oh my God.
And
Is
WWE
OJ
did
guilty?
anything to get
But this is how
notoriety.
big that shit was because they put like video cameras in the courthouse and recorded shit and put it on live TV. It became more important than fucking anything else happening.
Oh my God. I love how is OJ guilty? Vote yes or no. I love how that comes on when Hunter Hearst Helmsley is in the ring
You
spraying
also have to
curfew.
pay. You have to pay 50 cents for this.
Yeah, they got in trouble for that one.
This is basically Twitter.
Wait,
You have to
wait,
pay
wait.
50 cents for
You
it.
guys, all proceeds go to the prevention of child abuse.
For some reason.
You can't make this shit up. God damn.
Look, he's got like a fucking. What is this going on? He's got like a fucking ninja headband.
Yeah.
I wore that same shit in my hair when I was in like elementary school.
Give this negative 2 points.
He's doing he's paying homage to the blue blood 1770s, 18th century blue blood is what he's doing. That's his gimmick.
Considering I have no idea what you said and cannot understand it.
I got the hiccups.
He's impersonating the rich and famous of the olden days.
Yes. That's all he's doing.
Okay, basement. Think like the rich, prissy
Okay, yeah, now
British
I understand
people that
what you're
came
saying,
here.
yeah. But he should come out in one of those fucking fake hair bullshit.
The powdered wig and all of that, yeah.
You know, powdered face, tiny dick. Well, wait.
You know what I
Got
find
that covered.
funny as fuck is like they say that the ancestors of America came here to escape like Britain and like the strict guidelines in Britain, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yet you look at like Europe now, and they're having sex like everywhere, all over the place. And
What?
it turns out we were the prudes. Like
What
we
Europe
were the
is
prudes.
this? Wait, Europe is like so many different countries.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm
So
just
they're not all
saying,
the same.
certain parts of Europe, they're having sex like all over the fucking place, and
I mean,
it's
I'm sure
legal,
certain parts of America they're having sex all over the place.
but it's not legal.
It is.
Technically not.
There's nowhere in Europe where they're having sex in the open streets constantly.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
No, I've been there. It's not. It's nothing like
You
that.
missed some.
Well, they have
Then-
prostitutes in a fucking window over in
Yeah,
Amsterdam.
it's like
All I'm
going
saying-
to a whorehouse.
All I'm saying is it turns out that we were the prudes. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Well,
Oh,
it's
I think
like the
still the
Puritan way
English
of
are
life.
looked at as the prudes, because that's what like the escape was from, for the most part.
Whatever. Why am I not from Amsterdam? Like free weed.
You'd
legal?
be like 8 feet tall and speak weird.
Be speaking Dutch.
If
Oh
you hear
my
someone
God.
with a heavy Dutch accent, they almost
you
sound like they're like
would you like
deaf.
would you
Or
like
whatever.
would you like a smoke and a pancake?
No, if you ever heard like the heavy Dutch accent, they sound like they are deaf and trying to speak.
Rack Max.
Whack Max.
No, that's not Dutch at all. I don't know why I talk to you guys.
The only thing I can say that sounds Dutch is would you like a smoke and a pancake? I can't say anything.
Barry
else.
Horowitz is fighting back, man.
Yeah, man. These mullets are killing me.
There's only one.
They're all just even one. It's killing me. Now Kenny Omega's trying to bring the mullet back.
But the whole problem for Kenny Omega is I don't know any other hairstyle that would look good on him with the
I feel
curly
like that's
mask
the
that
way
he
his hair
has.
grows.
It's true. That's true. Like he would have to cut his hair like super, super short in order to deal with the curls.
Look at Triple H. Do you see that much of a difference
No.
between his
He's gotten
in-ring
bigger.
work now?
No, not in
between his
in-ring.
in-ring work.
His physique
Like, he
has
was
changed a lot.
Kind of like, the only difference I might see if I look at him for a longer time is like how he sells certain things in the ring.
Well, and not only that, but like I think that you saw just a
He doesn't do
little
that
bit
anymore.
more, just a little bit more of like the vicious side when he became the cerebral assassin.
Well, he has got more agility because he's smaller here.
Mhm.
He's not that
And
much smaller, but he is smaller. I will
No,
say
but
that.
he kind of like trends once he got like huge when he came back after that injury. He tended to do a bit more power moves in terms of like they weren't really power moves, but like spine buster, things like that looked powerful.
Mhm.
Anybody else notice that like Triple H is slowly morphing into Vince McMahon in that his shoulders are like fucking his chest and shoulders are gigantic now.
But Triple H was always that way. Like he was
No, but,
always
like,
gigantic
his-
triangle man.
but his chest and his shoulders, like it seems after he quote unquote retired, his chest and his shoulder, it's just like Vince McMahon. It's like suddenly, remember when he was in Muscle and Fitness, and
Well,
suddenly
Triple H
his
is
chest and
gigantic
his
tits.
fucking shoulders.
Triple H started out, he was a bodybuilder, but he always wanted to wrestle. He couldn't. They did that. Watch that 24 special on him. They talked about it. His family talked about it. How he wanted to be a wrestler, but for some reason he couldn't do it, or I don't know, or something like that. And so he went to weightlifting. And then somebody asked him, "Hey, you should try out for wrestling." And they brought him into the show, and they thought he was great. And then WCW brought him in.
He
So he
came
was a
from money
weightlifter.
too, right?
He was a weightlifter before he became a wrestler. What now?
Well, he came from like not like a super super wealthy family or anything, but his family was like more well off.
Yeah, he was in Greenwich, Connecticut.
Yeah, he came
Yeah.
from money.
He's
His
not
family
a poor
was-
dude.
I mean,
pretty well.
I
But
it's
you know
kind
what?
of
I don't
strange
care
that,
what
like,
it came from. The guy like has.
But I mean, all I'm saying
I don't
is
think
it's
it mattered
it's
where it
kind
came
of
from.
weird
It's
that like.
established.
The guy's
But I mean,
legit.
it's kind of weird that like he went into bodybuilding and wrestling because most people that have most rich people that have children, that's the last thing they want their kids to go into.
Especially then. Like,
Yeah.
when entertainment wasn't as big, or it did have its place, but I guess it wasn't looked at the same. it'd be like, yeah, we want you to be a lawyer or some shit. instead of
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
Then, you know,
Where are
I
these
mean,
two
I was poor
Xbox?
as fuck, and my mom wanted me to be a doctor. Are you kidding me?
I feel
The
like I
fuck
could
are
have
these
been better
assholes?
at school if I entered it way later.
Dude,
Their
seeing this version of
name-
Triple H is like, it's really weird.
PG-13.
They've got stolen hubcaps
What the
or
fuck is
something.
this?
What the fuck they have?
Like, I'm not used to that being his entrance music.
I know.
I remember that version of Triple H though. So
I love that version of Triple H.
I'm telling you, like I think I told it to Gina the other night. Like Triple H is one of the best story arcs in wrestling history.
Wait. JP, do we get to see the maybe this happened before we started watching this, but do we get to watch the Undertaker versus Triple H in freaking the train station in Grand Central Station?
That was Shotgun Saturday Night. That was before.
Damn, that is like the worst match ever.
Why do you want to see it then?
Who are these assholes?
I don't know.
PG-13.
Do you guys
What
remember
timestamp
when
do you
those
guys
hats? 2210.
Thank you.
Do you guys remember when those hats were actually in style?
Yep.
They was?
Oh yeah.
I've only ever seen them on like
Oh,
St.
yeah.
Patty's Day.
No, they were in style in the 90s.
I had like 2 or 3 of them.
Fucking
Yeah,
Perry
me too.
Saturn, the fucking hat he wore when he was in WWF.
It was those hats, and then like the
The
Gilligan
fuck is
style
this asshole
fisherman
doing?
hat came in.
This
for a while.
fucking dick face.
Is this shit? This is almost as bad as fucking
That fucking
no.
Grandmaster Sex saying too cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
because
shut up!
they
I love
were-
them.
I didn't even.
They did
like them.
well. They were better than this, but they were
Oh,
still
yeah.
like super gimmick.
No,
But it
I
was a
love
fun
them.
gimmick.
They were great.
It was a fun gimmick. Well, they weren't great. But
They were my favorite tag team, especially when they paired up with Rikishi. They were my favorite.
brings your taste into question.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys can both.
You can like them if you want. I like them.
You guys,
I
you
did
can
like,
lick my taint. How is that?
Oh,
I
gross.
did, I did like them. I just was never like these are my favorite tag team. Like I enjoyed them when I saw them.
They were fun. That's why I liked them.
They
I
were.
mean, I was a kid, so I also loved Jeff Hardy, and JP was not a fan of high flying Jeff Hardy shit.
I
So
love the Hardys.
Not the
I
high
love that
flying Jeff
Jim
Hardy shit. I never said I wasn't.
I love
a
the
fan of Jeff
Dudley
Hardy.
Boys.
anything
them
high
all.
flying with like fucking Jeff Hardy, I loved it.
Loved
That's
everything.
that's why I love the high flying shit now because of Jeff Hardy.
And now you see, and now today, he's paying for it.
Oh well, it was
Actually,
like
I
the
mean,
thing is like the high
he's
flying.
he's hurting.
He was like one of the I'm gonna say people on the front of that change. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
paying for it because a lot of it was high risk, high reward kind of. If
And
you're looking
well,
at
and
what
not
they
only
wanted.
and not only that, but like they didn't have the safety precautions back then that they do now.
Now I wouldn't say someone doing all the slippy shit is at more risk than somebody not doing it. Depends on what you're doing and how you do it. I think it's to the individual. Like
So
someone like
dumb.
Darby Allen, or the fuck's name
Oh
is?
God, the
That
That
fucking
guy is dumb.
that tombstone drop. Yeah, he's gonna fuck his
Not
back.
just that. He's just like it's too. A lot of his shit is just too risky to the point where you can't look at it and say it's safe.
I
Now,
agree.
if he would like, well, first of all, he needs to get rid of that tombstone drop or whatever the fuck he calls it. He needs to get rid of that completely. And if he would like, if he would change,
he just does it where people can hold him.
well, the thing is, like, if he could tweak just even a few of his moves, just tweak them a little bit to make him a little bit more safe, then he would be great.
But I feel like for him, it's more like he's younger, and it's like this is the thing that got me to where I am. I got to continue doing it. It's part of my
That
character.
and Darby Allin is another one that's known for the death matches.
Well,
so.
he hasn't. Wait till he gets a reality check.
Mhm.
Because eventually it will happen with an injury that sidelines him for a year, and it might not take immediately, but if he starts getting continuous injuries, he's gonna have to change the way he operates.
Yeah.
Agreed.
For the time being, like nothing he's done that I've seen has put somebody else at risk. More of it has put himself at risk, so I can't hate it completely.
Yeah.
I can
Stop with
hate
the
it.
Simpson boat line.
I can hate it because I don't.
The thing is, if he puts himself at risk, he puts the match overall at risk,
Exactly.
which is problematic. Like if he lands wrong or does something stupid and can't continue,
Yep.
then you're putting the whole match at risk.
Totally agree. That's why I'm not into that shit. And
I like a calculated risk, and I think there's a place for it. But when you're known to do it in almost every match you're in, it stops becoming the wow factor dies.
Yeah.
And people expect you to take these horrendous. This is what happened with Mankind.
Well, I mean,
people expected him to take.
And
these
not only
horrendous
that,
moments.
but more currently, look at Jimmy Havoc. And nobody expects Jimmy Havoc to do anything that doesn't involve like some kind of a dangerous fucking match. And the same with John Moxley. If John Moxley's in a regular match, people are like, "Oh, what's the stipulation?" Or he himself feels like he has to take a table out in every fucking match.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna touch on it a lot more when we do This Week in Wrestling. But this is how I feel almost about the whole AEW event as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
When you start at the very top of how brutal shit can get, where do you go?
Exactly.
I agree to an extent, but I will say that ladder match was fucking ridiculous. It was great.
I agree, but like at the same time, why would you do that for a title that's not your own?
There was like 4 different times in that match that it got dicey. Like there was 2 times that fucking Nick Jackson. One time he almost broke his neck. The other time he almost broke his back. And then there was twice that Matt Jackson damn near broke his neck.
So the viewer in me liked or loved the match, but everything else that I understand about wrestling did not, because it made no sense for it to be that brutal for a title that's not your own. Before you even established a show, you're showing the brutal. It's like what if WWE started with Mankind versus Undertaker, Hell in a Cell?
But you
Where
also
do you
have
go
to
from there?
But you also have to remember that the type of ladder match that they were in was not a regular ladder match. It was, I forget what they call it, but it's like the most brutal ladder match that exists in Mexico.
But that ladder match was no more brutal than any other ladder match I've ever seen.
I will say it's not more brutal than some of the stuff I've seen in WWE.
I kind of disagree because like some of the moves.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens had a ridiculous like TLC match or something.
Yeah, they did.
I would say they've actually done moves that looked more brutal than what I saw. I think the moves that were executed not correctly in the AEW match is more so what I oohed and awed at. Not the moves they wanted to do correct, but when things went wrong, that's where I was like, "Oh fuck, man!" That I knew that wasn't.
Well,
there
was one spot in particular where I was like, "What the fuck are they doing?" Because I think it was Matt Jackson, but Pentagon and Phoenix they took Matt Jackson and they like fucking kind of like tombstone him almost into a table, or not a table, a ladder.
Oh, and I don't mind that move at all because it's all on the guy's knees. It's all on the guy's knees. It's a package pile driver.
Oh my god!
But I think we should actually like just not talk about it, even though I know I want to.
Exactly. Well, I agree.
It's like best to hold it off until This Week in Wrestling and focus on Pierre Lafitte.
I don't want to though. I hate this guy.
I hate both of the guys. Well, I don't hate Bret Hart.
Well, I don't know who the other guy is. Who is it?
He just told you, Pierre Lafitte.
I don't hate Bret Hart, but
it's
the more and more I look at it, I feel like the respect and love people have for Natty is no different than Bret Hart. I look at them very similar.
Agreed.
I feel like a lot of the love for the Hart family alone is not really pertaining to their wrestling, but more like what they've done for wrestling. Because it's not just what they're wrestling alone. They've trained like thousands of fucking wrestlers.
Like who?
Huh?
Well,
like
there's a ton of people that went up there to train with them. Ronda Rousey trained with them.
Okay.
So it's not that they
I don't have the list in front of me right now, JP.
I would say
I don't know who they've trained.
I would trained actually a lot of people that you actually would know. Look it up once.
No, I don't.
I would say the love of the Hart family began before they were training people. It began when there was a way to make money off of Canada versus the U.S.
Well, and not only that, but the Bret Hart screw job, like that worked in their favor.
It did.
It did and it didn't.
Well, it didn't
Because
for their
it made
careers, most
Bret
certainly,
Hart
but
think he went to WCW.
This is akin to the CM Punk pipe bomb.
Yep.
They're very similar.
And
depend on how old you are or what your perspective is when you view these things, you're going to take it very differently.
Yeah, I didn't. The Bret Hart, it's coming because it's only just a little over a year away. So.
When I say that it worked in their favor, I'm talking about like just the sympathy of the fans alone. More fans were driven to sympathize with Bret Hart because of him getting screwed over.
And I think that's honestly like this is like the one thing that would have been done the same way nowadays, where like Twitter eats it up and social media eats it up, but that didn't really exist then. Mm-hmm. But it was publicized so heavily, and everybody knew about what was happening behind the back scenes in an era that didn't really happen, which is why it got such momentum.
Yeah, but it also hurt him in the long run because
in the long run, it's a different story.
He thought Bret Hart was never really a draw. People loved him, but he was never really a big draw.
Okay, but if people love him, wouldn't that make him a draw?
Not really. Not necessarily.
He's not a spectacle wrestler, if that makes sense. Where he can do it in the ring. He's great in the ring. He's got a fan base for sure. And yes, certain crowds will buy tickets for him. But he's not the spectacle that Hulk Hogan was. Spectacle that Shawn Michaels or Ric Flair was.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, you're Canadian. Okay, answer me this question. Would it be safe to say that like Edge is probably a more popular Canadian wrestler than like Bret Hart?
I would say.
I mean, I guess like if you ask people who's the best Canadian wrestler and they're like somewhat casual or they don't really watch, they'll probably say Bret Hart. Because most people, though it was publicized, it wasn't what sold it. His Canadianness wasn't what sold him, really.
Well, the thing is, there's so many wrestlers that are from Canada that I didn't even know were fucking from Canada. I had no idea.
The thing is, they literally sold Bret Hart as the Canadian because of the landscape of the company at that time.
Yeah.
Edge didn't need to be sold that way. He wasn't sold that way for a long time.
He was built from Toronto, but he wasn't built as a Canadian.
But the thing is, he wasn't sold as a Canadian. He was built from Toronto. Well, eventually, when him and Christian went off on their own, they were starting to sell the Canada aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember when they went home for the first time when they actually like made it kind of big or whatever. Then they made a huge thing about like Edge and Christian being home.
I don't know, I just was never really a big fan of Bret Hart ever.
I would take Bret Edge any day over Bret Hart.
I like Bret Hart. Well, yeah, I mean, Edge is just a much better overall character. The thing is, Bret Hart existed in the time where wrestling was changing. Mm-hmm. So he could do the old shit and he could do the new shit, but he could do the new shit on the mic only okay.
Yep.
And he could do the old shit in the ring where he was actually before his time really well.
This see-through shirt is killing me.
Well, he's fucking... This guy is killing me.
He's not very good. And he's Canadian.
Well, shit. Here. This thing, I don't know why people get so up. Nobody cares anymore, right? Like, no, but there's people I know that are like, oh, you gotta like him because he's Canadian. There's people like, it's like, well, you watch the Olympics. Oh, I'm gonna like this person because they're Canadian. If that's your only tie to them, then you don't like anybody.
I root for people from the United States just because it's my home country in the Olympics.
Yeah,
but I don't.
Same.
I don't take so much. How do I put this? If somebody else wins, it's like, oh, well, it's not like the United States is going to lose.
Honestly, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I will say, like, if I'm watching the Olympics, if there's an athlete from another country that I can obviously see is better than
Or
the
get
one from
behind.
America, I will get behind them.
Or I'll just get behind whoever is good.
But here's the
Or
thing
I'll
with the
get
Olympics.
behind.
I feel like for the Olympics to continue to be like shown on television and the hype to be the way it is, they almost need to adopt a bit of the WWE. They need to show me why I should care about somebody. Give me a little snippet backstory about
They
them.
do.
What they do it, but very minimally. They'll do it for like one, here. They do it for like one or two people. Otherwise, I hardly see it.
I legitimately have not cared about the Olympics since the 90s. Like when Nancy Kerrigan and the fucking Cool Runnings bobsled team and shit like that. Like that's.
But I don't see promo packages and shit for people, which is kind of like, why would I care about you if I don't know your story?
They do it here.
They don't.
I mean, I do watch Olympic gymnastics though because those girls are like fucking ridiculous.
I'll watch like a couple of routines and then I'm like, okay, I don't know enough about the sport to be like, why is this one better than the other one? She fell. She didn't. She's better. That's it.
That's why.
But I know there's like a way for a move to look perfected versus not. And I'm not well versed enough. So I can watch it for a minute, but I can't watch it for longer. And it goes on for like an hour of the same fucking people flipping around.
Well, like I grew up
a hill.
I grew up with a grandmother who every single time that we went over to her house, she had ice skating on the TV. So I guess like when I was little, it was like when we watched.
I've seen a lot of fucking ice skating.
Yeah, when the Olympics came around, that's why I was into like Nancy Kerrigan and like Tanya Harding and all that. Well, Tanya Harding never made it to the Olympics, but
did he hit the cameraman and he did a full 360?
He did. This is the thing. This match feels like it's been going on for a half an hour.
Yeah, it's
also nobody cares because maybe it would be different in the era, but now I know Pierre Lafitte is dead or was dead in the moment.
I was gonna be like, is he really dead?
He goes nowhere.
Yeah, he goes absolutely nowhere.
No, I thought you meant like literally he was dead.
He might be. I don't know.
He might be. I don't know who he is in real life.
Let's Google.
Crawl.
They're building a feud between him and Bret Hart. There's going to be a feud down the road with Bret Hart. It's been an ongoing thing. He's always talking shit about his mom and dad and shit. Like Helen needs teeth work done. It's kind of funny because Jerry the King Lawler's a dick, but
I will say, Bret Hart, though I'm okay with him. I feel like if you take him out of the era he was in, there is literally no era he could survive.
No.
Or be at least the I guess icon he turned out to be.
Mm-hmm.
Where I feel like you look at someone like Shawn Michaels, guy is going to tear it down regardless of where he shows up.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the only problem that I had with Bret Hart. I don't hate Bret Hart, but Bret Hart thought he was bigger than he really was, if that makes sense.
Yeah. He had more hype than he kind of deserved in terms of character.
Yep.
How the hell do you spell this guy's last name?
Lafitte?
Lefitte,
I think.
Lafitte.
I see it.
I like his boots, though.
What step are you guys at now?
His stripper boots on.
40-10 check.
We're almost done with the show. We talked more about fucking Bret Hart on this show than I think we've ever talked about Bret Hart.
Well, fucking half the show has been Bret Hart.
I know. Match is taking.
Dude, this guy literally stole his name and his gimmick from an actual privateer in the Gulf of Mexico in the 19th century.
Yes.
And a smuggler.
Yeah, that's why he was what he was.
Well, actually, Vince gave him that name. All these gimmick fucking people you see, this is all Vince.
Yeah, but if they're stealing from the early 19th century or anything like that, it's before copyright law, so they can do whatever.
He's Canadian. And his name is Carl Joseph Yvonne Ouellette. Or Olay.
Ouellette. And I think he's related to Maurice.
I mean, most of the time you don't really say the T's, but depends. French is weird. Fuck French.
Is he PC?
Yep, we got you, Trek. I have no idea what he is.
Is he PCP? I agree, Trek.
So, is he dead or alive?
I don't know.
I'm looking.
It should say it right there.
He is alive, according to this. He lives in Santa Catherine, Canada. Or no, he was born in Santa Catherine.
Oh, are you thinking St. Catherine's?
Whatever.
What the hell is Santa Catherine?
That's what it says.
Is that a place? It might be. I don't know. Fucking Canada's huge.
Literally what it says.
Canada's huge. It is.
He was born in...
I feel like Santa Catherine should be somewhere like...
Santa Catherine, Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Oh, yeah. That's different then.
Is it Sainte?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Saint.
Yeah.
Well, it's Santa.
Saint Catherine!
You gotta speak like you're French.
French people.
Santa.
I hate all these French people.
I
I don't, actually, but I hate a lot of them.
If you look at Vince, like, people look at Vince, like, sometimes they're cutting promos and they go, you know what, McMahon?
Wait, you guys know who this is now, right?
No.
Yeah, he's PCO.
You know who? He's PCO.
Yeah.
Who is that guy?
PCO is teamed up with Marty Scurll and Brody King in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that fucking dumb shit? Yeah, okay.
That's who he is now.
Okay, so I looked up PCO and I see polycystic ovary syndrome. So
look up PCO Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Brett's beating the fuck out of Jerry Lawler right now. Oh, here's Isaac Yankum.
He looks like Glacier.
Oh, and you know what? He's actually blind in one eye. Like, really, he lost his sight in his right eye at the age of 12 after an accident with a pellet gun.
Well, he also had an incident this past weekend with that very same eye. Like last weekend, like he fucking did a stupid fucking move and fucking like had to have like 82 stitches in his fucking eye.
Yeah.
In his eye?
Yeah.
I had no idea
eye.
that's. I had no idea that same guy was PCO.
Well, the guy's a fucking idiot.
I had no idea that's who that was.
Well, he looks like Glacier, so I'm just gonna put this in there.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that guy's.
See, one of his eyes staring forward and dead. Yeah. The other one's like, where's the exit door?
I told you he lost his eyesight when he was 12.
He also duct tapes his wrists.
Look at Vince. He wants to punch Jerry Lawler. Your breath stinks, motherfucker.
I love how Jerry the King Lawler's hair is the exact same, except it's still a mullet. It's like cut the exact same with a little bit of.
There's a 6-man tag team match next week.
A little bit of bubbly.
Look at this, Shawn Michaels. Look how big Yokozuna's head is. Shit.
Wait, I feel like we have not seen Undertaker in maybe. Well, we did. Never mind. It was forgettable.
Yeah, well,
oh God, you're gonna be all ours, and that's right. We're gonna finish you guys off.
And then Banzai.
In all honesty, Owen Hart had a higher ceiling than Brett.
Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds bad.
Oh God, please, Jesus Christ! I didn't even think of it like that until you said that.
I didn't either until I said it. But he definitely does have good tap.
Yeah, he definitely had potential. Okay, hold on. Can you guys actually say that if this version of The Undertaker came out today, and like, let's say he debuted today, we've never seen him before. We've never seen him before. Are you telling me that guy would fucking make it on the main roster?
Nope. Not today.
No. They refined it, which is what I hope they do with Bray Wyatt. But
I like the Fiend.
That is the
yeah,
end.
I've seen him 3 times.
That is the end there of that show. The end. WCW is better.
I agree.
Yeah,
WCW at least held my attention.
But you know
Like,
what? Like
this
this is
show-
the thing. Like I think we should alternate because watching WCW first the whole time is always gonna. It's like watching Raw and thinking we're gonna judge the first hour and then we're gonna judge the second hour. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. That's what do you mean alternate? Alternate
So,
like watch
Next week
one
we
WWE
should do
week-
Raw
and then-
first, Nitro
Yeah.
second. You know,
That's fine.
It's
I
just
can
not
do
fair
that.
to do
I'm
Nitro
all for
first the
that.
whole
I'm
time.
all for that. I asked that last week, and everybody's like, "Oh, let's do WCW." We've been going, which is fine. But we'll go.
Well, we're
WWE.
finding the process. Eventually, we're going to be the Undertaker that everybody cares about.
That is correct. That is a great analogy. Good
What?
point. He said we're going to become the Undertaker that. Never mind. So.
Okay.
So I'm going with WCW this week, just because. I mean, WWE was better last week by a cunt hair. But the WCW is better this week, just because the better storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
The Pierre Lafitte and Bret Hart, I don't even think they have a match at the next pay-per-view. But I'm not sure. I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I'll agree with JP. Like, for WCW was better this week for me, just simply because it actually kept with the storylines, and the storylines were solid.
So far.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, for this episode, the storyline was solid.
I would give Raw 6 or no, I'm an idiot today. I wouldn't give Raw about a 5. I wouldn't go any higher.
I'd go about a 5 too.
I wouldn't go any higher than 5.
Trek?
Yeah, it sounds about right for me. Nitro was a lot better this week. I mean, the PG-13 match was pure comedy. I get why they did, but I was like, ugh.
Well, they're building new stars. God damn it.
Yeah.
That's what they do in the WWE.
They get a big role down the road, as we'll see. They work with someone else, and then that seems to fit them a little bit better because they just pretty much get beat up a lot with that new role.
I don't even know if they show up again, but whatever.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, well, fuck me. Like I said, I was overseeing.
I only know who they are because I remember Bruce Pritchard's talked about them before. So
yeah, well, PG-13 can fucking just off.
Bobbit, what do you think about this?
Okay.
Sleep out
I
of
want
10.
you. No, what the fuck, man? I don't like this one.
Just go ahead.
I give the nod to WWE for one reason: the fact they had a fucking hotline we can call in whether you think OJ did it or not.
OJ Simpson hotline out of 10.
50 cents per call. Vote yes or no. Did he do it?
Like,
he's not
I have to
guilty.
give him for that reason alone.
Actually, you need to rewatch Nitro.
Wait, no. Pay to let us know if you thought he did it, but we're not going to go over the results. What? Did they? Because I thought they were just saying you could also pay 50 cents to say again. Did they actually go over it in the end? I don't know.
That's like 51% not guilty, 49% guilty.
Okay, so I'm gonna 100% say that they
Guilty?
didn't even. Yeah, they didn't. No, they didn't even take the numbers down. They just put up a number.
Yep.
They're like 50 cents. Great. It's going to kids that need help. We
It's
got
going to
kids. I got
children.
kids.
It's going to children of abuse.
Yeah.
Like children of
It's going
abuse.
to Vince
Okay.
McMahon's pockets.
You
That's what
are
I'm
you
just
are
saying.
literally you are sending a question out asking if you think a man is guilty of murdering the mother of his children, and you're going to take all the proceeds and donate it to. Child abuse.
I don't think they didn't even say a charity. It just I'm telling you right now.
Did. No, it did. It said child abuse, but it didn't. Not specific charity. I
The
guess.
child abuse charity called themselves Child Abuse. Is this real?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Vince McMahon.
All right.
Okay, so no, I got to talk upon this.
Oh, go ahead.
Because the 1-2-3 Kid versus Razor Ramon match was actually pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they had a build towards it. I don't agree with the ending the way it did, but I don't know where they want to go with the storyline. Obviously, they don't want to annex 1-2-3 Kid from what they're going to do. So it was a smart way of doing it, even though we don't know if it's a 2-3 or 5-8 or 20 fall.
Honestly,
God knows.
Honestly, I think they're done with the feud.
I think
really
they're done
wasn't
with
a feud in the first place, to be honest with you.
It was like it's a feud that could happen within the end of a pay-per-view and the beginning of the next one, so I'm okay with that. It was self-contained. It worked itself out. They shook on it. I can get behind things like that when they do it seldomly. Then we had JP in the audience.
No, we did not.
Yeah.
That was at least 1 point added. Then I don't know what happened for about 10 minutes. We had Undertaker versus Mabel.
No, they had the PG-13.
Oh no, it was Mabel versus the Gay Boys.
Okay, I didn't catch that.
What the guy that came out and started moving around like a noodle? Who was that?
Like a noodle.
I don't even know.
I have
Yes,
no idea
there is a big block of this event. I'm telling you, this happened.
I believe you, but I just don't remember.
Yeah, it was this guy in like rainbow pants versus
okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
Yeah.
See, it happened. It happened at some point in time.
Yeah.
It happened. We just have no idea who the fuck it was.
Yeah, I don't
There
know.
was a
They
solid-
were jobbers. They were jobbers.
So if I look at a 46-minute runtime, there was a solid 15 minutes where I cannot recall. So we're gonna negative about 3 for that. And then we had Hart versus Lafitte, which went on for what seemed like a decade.
Yes, you are correct. And then they did the whole, and it all led to the fucking Jerry the King Lawler getting the fuck beat out of him by Bret Hart.
It's just not leading to anything I want to see. But they also did the O.J. Simpson line. That's a little positive.
It is. It was kind of funny.
Okay, so I'm gonna end with a 4 out of 10.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Make that an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
No, I think I'm with you guys, man. 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because there was enough stupid shit to take. The stupid shit is why I'm giving it what it's getting.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
Unfortunately, JP in the audience and OJ Simpson line is the only reason it's not a 3. And those have nothing to do with what they planned except for the OJ shit.
Yes. All right. This week is October 9th, and I'm not sure what's going on after that. I don't think there's a pay-per-view in October for WWF. But there is one, Halloween Havoc, and I think Halloween Havoc, and then I think 2 more shows.
Halloween Havoc is the 29th of October.
Okay, so we have 2 or 3 more shows. So we'll watch WCW first next, or WWF first next week, and then we'll watch WCW, and then we'll watch.
I won't be here.
What?
I won't be here.
Yeah.
You're gonna get rained out.
Nobody cares. Anybody else got anything they'd like to add?
Nope.
Nitro won.
Nitro won tonight.
But you know what? If I look at all the fucking things that we've done so far, it's no different than today in terms of the rating system. I mean, yes, we haven't hit the zenith of the era. I'm wondering if it is actually going to change. Because we're sitting all around anywhere between a 3 and a 6.5.
Yep.
Is that any different than today's Raw? Today's SmackDown?
No. Nope. And you probably won't see me go that much higher in the fucking Attitude Era either. Because they do some fucking absolute stupid shit during the shows too.
Only time will tell.
And I remember the Attitude Era. Very distinct.
Same here.
So, that being said, I want to thank everybody for being here. Remember, next week we will be doing October 9th, 1995, and we will start off with WCW. Thank you guys for being here. Gina, Bobbit, Trek, Basement, and Heather.
Senor.
Thank you guys.
Make sure you eat your dead semen.
Don't
What?
forget to check out all the other content that'll be taking place on this channel. This week in wrestling, apparently Basement wants to talk about a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll talk about AEW, what happened in AEW. Gina will talk about what happened at Royal Quest. I will talk about Christian.
Little bit of bubbly.
Even though when this show goes on, whatever, it's fine. Just check everything out.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get it out to you. So we'll see you guys in the future.
Bye.
Even though we were just in the past.
X is gonna give it to
Mind
you.
blown.
Mind blown.
8 miles an hour.
We're in the upside down.
Yes, we are. And there's a Demogorgon named Basement.
We're on the inside out.
Basement for Demogorgon?
Or are we on the
God bless.